Hello everyone and welcome back on a new video from CG Blast channel. So today I'm here with a brand new video to explain how much it's important to have a good cleanup, especially during polish stage of your animation. So let's suppose that you have an animation done that's really complex and you've done a good blocking and good refining, and but you need to go now and polish also frame by frame your animation. So basically a good thing to do from my point of view is to use one of my favorite tools. So, I mean, this is maybe the most favorite tool of every animator, which is the graph editor. So if you are not really familiar with this tool, we'll get in depth of this in a second. But to open the graph editor, for those who are not used to use it, you go here in Maya. This is version 2019, but I think it's the same for any other version. You go to Windows, animation editors, and you go here and find graph editor. So at the moment, I have it down here, but it's basically gone because it has opened it on another screen because I have two screens. But one of the things you can do here is to have two windows like I have here and go to panels, graph editor, and there you go. You got this strange window with nothing into it. And so basically this is the best way for me to go and clean up the tangents of your animation. So this is going to be really a quick tutorial. So I'm going to be animating really fast an example of what I mean for reaching a point where you need to actually polish and starting to clean up your curves and your tangents. So and especially deleting what's not needed, because there's something that maybe it can happen that it's like there's too many informations, and so a good thing to do is to actually delete something. So at the moment I have this ball here. So what I'm gonna do is gonna be animating really fast a ball that goes here, goes down, hits the wall again. I mean, hits the wall and goes down back and, rotate a little bit and settle. So I'm not going to be polishing much in terms of, doing a really good rotation on the ball. I'm gonna re not gonna I'm not gonna be spending too much time on it, since it's gonna take more time than it's actually needed to explain this tutorial. But let's go really fast into it. So I'm gonna go here and put my tangents on auto. This is what I prefer using when I'm working in production. And so I'm gonna select this control of the rig, and let's suppose that I wanna. Okay, let's close this window for a second. So I'll just put it down like this, and it's gonna give me the full screen of just the ball here. So I'm gonna select the ball control, the main one, which is also for the rotation. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this one because the other controls are for the squash and stretch, and it's something that we're not gonna be using today. So let's get into it. And the first thing also want to put my timeline a little bit more, have more frames available. So let's put like 100 frames, even though I think I'm gonna be needing a little bit more, but we'll see. So yeah, so basically what I want to do now is put a key here, go down like let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to here at 14. Okay, I'm gonna shrink. Maybe some things I'm gonna be doing something that it's like too slow. Maybe 14 frames for this moment is a little bit too much. I don't know, or maybe it's good. We'll see later on. Um, so for now, I'm just gonna be putting the poses. And yeah, so let's go here in 24. Okay, and then I want to go back where it's gonna hit the ground again. Okay, and then a few frames later, it's gonna be here, and then here. Let's get 4 frames now. Okay, let's do 2. Okay, and then basically we're gonna go like this. So this is gonna be just a few bounces, and then we're gonna go like in here like this. So let's see what we got have. Well, I mean, what we've got now so far. Okay, so basically, whoa, it's like disgusting. Nothing. I mean, it's not it's so like confusing that you don't even know what's actually happening. So let's start like for now. I don't want to take care of the rotation much since I want to just concentrate on the translate X, Y, and Z of the of our channel box here. Okay, so the first thing that I want to try understanding is the timing. So I think that it's good enough what we have here. Maybe we can give a little bit, couple of frames more here, or maybe not. Let's go Control Z to go back. Maybe the best thing to do now is to start and adding like also some eases. Okay, so one of the things that I want to do now, since I have all these informations, is yeah. So I think that maybe this is a place where I can actually cut some couple of frames. Yeah, maybe. So basically, when I get to this point, I think that I'm already in a good spot where I like to get into the graph editor and start like tweaking. Okay, so right now what we have, if we open the graph editor, we can see that there are few informations regarding like everything. Like these are the main controls that I've been using, which are the TY and TZ, and here they are. I mean, this is what we're using right now, right? So these are the two tangents that actually I'm going to be using mostly. And then we're going to use also the rotation, which is the rotation X. And so you can see here that I've done something and it gave me a value here in the graph editor. So but now I don't want to take care about this. So this is going to be a thing that we're going to be checking later on. And so basically, let's go here and start like polishing my animation and putting some extra informations to see actually what's the best thing to do right now. So let's just for a moment get here and think about the TY. Okay, this is the first thing that I want to take care of. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe the best thing is to actually think about the moving, from left to right. And so as you can see here, I have 3 keys, right? So this is a place where my, on key 14, this is where the ball is actually touching the ground. But you know what? Until frame 24, I don't want to have any kind of slowdown. So the thing that I want to do now is starting to clean up the keys, taking this one on the TZ and just deleting it. Okay, so let's see what we got now. Okay, so it's really like really soft. You can see that it's like getting this kind of shape. So the first thing that I want to do now is take these two keys and make them linear so that as I said, from left to right until the ball touches the wall here, I don't want to have any slowdowns on the on the TZ. So let's see what we got now so far after this small change. Okay, so we got this. Okay, so now what I want to do is go to the TY, take this key. Be sure that we have zero values, so that means that it's actually touching. No, let's say that's good like this. No, actually, it's good like this. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking something. And so basically, I wanna um, break this tangent with this tool here and create this sort kind of shape. This is the normal shape of a bouncing ball, right? So I want to keep a little bit more hang time in the air. Okay. And so let's see now what's happening. Boom. You see now it's more clear of what's happening. You know, there is this. It feels like more like something that's more realistic. You know, that's more believable. So by doing these two changes, you know, deleting the key here in the middle of the TZ and also the TY, uh, putting this um, breaking the tangent and making this shape like this, it gives more a believable feel. Now, what I want to do is that actually I feel that maybe these first few frames are, you know, are a little bit too much. So I want to shorten them up a little bit. Okay, it's feeling a little bit better. Let's pull out a couple of frames more. Okay, yeah, I think I like it. So, cool. So at this point, what I want to do is that basically, I feel that maybe it would be nice to have the ball. Yeah, I have also this part here happening a little bit earlier. Okay, nice. And one another thing that I would like to do is actually trying, you know, just to, you know, experiment a little bit. From this point on, I feel that I would like to have the ball like continuing up a little bit. Um, so I would like to, you know, take this key, move it to the left of a couple of frames and a little bit more higher. So you see now what's happening, that when it hits the wall, it continues, you know, it comes back on the left, but still goes up. So because I like this, I want to do it a little bit more. So like do the same thing again. See, I really like this kind of feel. Okay. And also, at this point, when it touches the ground, as you can see here, there's this slow, slow in this point here. And I want to have the same shape that I have on this other one. So I want to break the tangent, do this kind of shape here, and also this one. And let's say on the when the ball touches the ground, I want to start from now, you know, taking these keys, breaking them, and doing this kind of shape because I know that I want to have that kind of feel, right? Okay. And also, I think that generally speaking, I think that this part can be a little bit more fast. Let's see. Yeah, so it's come getting better a little bit. Maybe taking these like this. Yeah, I want to take this key and make a nicer shape. Okay, so it's not bad. Okay, and so basically for now, what I see is that the up and downs. I mean, they're not bad to be honest. Maybe I can just push it up a little bit. This bounce here. Yeah, so maybe it's good like this. Also this one. Trying to get like a nice round shape. Yeah, I think it's good enough. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on it. As I said, we can spend more time on it, but it's okay like this. So, cool. So at this point, as you can see that the up and downs, there's like a good feel out of it. So basically, what's like bothering me a little bit too much is actually the TZ, because there's something like too much into it, and it's like you get here and the ball goes on the left, then s- in a certain kind of way it looks like it's stopping and then moving forward again. There's something that it's not really that I don't really like of it. So what we can do is starting to clean up this tangent, like adjusting a little bit some keys, and some of them actually we can like clean the tangent up of what's not needed. So for instance, I know that this point looks okay to me. Also at this point, it's good. Then this upper part, I want to delete this key here because there's like the ball is in the air. There's no force that it's like um, going against the TZ. So I just want to delete it and delete it until the point where it touches the ground again here. Okay. And then again, I want to delete these key until it touches the ground. And also this one. Okay. Okay, cool. And then I feel that maybe we can push this key a little bit more farther. So like that we can have a settle. I want to delete also this one, you know what? Yeah. Okay, so you see we're getting somewhere, like yeah, so we're actually getting somewhere. So at this point, what I would like to do is to trying to create a nice ease for this slowing down at the end. And one of the things that I want to do is to select this pose, I mean this key, sorry. I want to left click and right click, sorry, and go to weighted tangents. So at this point, I want to select this key, select the shift control on the keyboard, middle mouse, and drag on the right. So you see that it's like getting this kind of shape where it's like the ease in is becoming bigger. So just to have an idea of what's going on, I want to play the animation. Okay, so that's really nice. We're getting somewhere. And actually, I feel that maybe we can delete some other keys in the middle. Yeah, maybe actually this one we can maybe delete it. Cool. And maybe, you know what? I think that from the moment where the, actually, we can keep that pose where it's the last bounce, and we have it here. I want to put a key. So I want to go here, right click, key selected on the TZ, and I want to just delete this other one. So at this point, I want to try and, yeah, maybe we can push this a little bit more again at 100 frames to see what happens. Yeah, that's not bad. I feel that maybe at this point we can bring this a little bit more forward, you know. So let's see a little bit like this is all about, you know, experimenting a little bit, you know. Yeah. So at this point, basically, this is all just about polish, you know, like trying to get that feel that that you want from this, you know. So it's all about experimenting and see what's okay. So now, for instance, I've done something that it's not good. So let's try to move this a little bit more yeah, a little bit more forward. Or actually not. Let's keep it until this point, and maybe bringing the ball back. You know, it's this is all about, you know, yeah, you see now it's getting some, we're getting somewhere where there's like this slowing down and then boom, speeds again. So actually there is something that it's not good. So it's best to keep it. Yeah, this is actually all about, you know, yeah, maybe it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much. So let's still continue. We still need to continue to get to a point where it's like where we where we like it. Yeah. So, but I don't want to spend, like I said, too much time on it since this is not, I mean, mandatory right now to, you know, this is just about understanding what's about cleanups. Okay. Okay. So now it's like working much better than the previous version. So maybe this one I can try to delete it and see what happens. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, cool. Cool. So now that we got to this point, one of the things that I want to do is save the animation just because um, um, we've been doing something. So I just want to be sure that I'm saving the animation. So right now, the other thing that I want to work on is the rotation. So the way that I like working is at this point just animating the I'm sorry, the rotation X. So basically what I want to do now is with this one selected, you middle mouse drag, I mean, yeah, with your middle mouse click and you move the mouse, you see that you just work on these only value, which is the rotation X. So at this point, what I want to do is until it hits the ground, I want to put like a little bit of rotation forward. Okay, doing something like this. And if you see, if you can see here, it's giving me this rotation. Of course, we need to remember to have always the auto keyframe toggle selected. Otherwise, it's not gonna put us the auto, you know, the keys on the timeline. And so you can see here in the graph editor, we have this fantastic view of the rotation tangent that it's happening right now. So at this point, I want to go here and continuing a little bit rotation back. Okay. And so one of the things that I want to do now is that from this point, I want to put it like linear because this is a drastic change. You know, it's a little bit like in the bouncing ball when it hits the ground. It's a little bit the same thing. Okay. And now I want to like at this point, I feel that I want to make it rotate a little bit forward. And maybe it's a little bit too much. So I'm gonna go here and edit here and put it on linear. Also this point. Yeah, when it's touching the ground, it's best to have it here. And until this point, I wanna continue like rotating up a little bit, maybe deleting this key here. And yeah, this is the last point before, yeah, this is where we start actually having the ball always on the ground. From frame 52, it's gonna be all the way down. So until 100, I wanna just make it rotate forward. Okay, so you can see that there is this sliding too much. You see, it's like it's sliding a lot. So the first thing I want to do here is like putting linear, or maybe not. I want to actually cut this, break it, and make it rotate faster. Okay, so I think that maybe the value here is too much. So maybe that's one of the problems. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a little bit too much here. So I'm gonna put this one down. Yeah, maybe a little, still a little bit too much. Yeah, and it's feeling much, much better now. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it's not bad, this kind of feel that we're having. And so what I want to do now, actually, is that I want to make it rotate a little bit more in this part here. Just a little bit more. Yeah. So you know what? Maybe I'm gonna delete this key here. Yeah, it's not really that bad. Yeah, maybe it's not really bad at all. Yeah, so I mean, this is not that bad. So I think we can polish it a little bit more, but in purpose of this tutorial, I think it's not really that bad. So as you can see, by having this kind of workflow, I mean, this is how I felt it was the best thing to do. You know what? I just want to polish it just a little bit more, just because we're really not that far from, you know, almost final thing. So I just wanna, yeah, I just wanna for a second. Yeah, okay, so let's bring it down a little bit here. Okay, yeah, I mean, we can still polish it that tiny bit again, but I mean, in purpose, as I said, in purpose of this tutorial, this isn't, it's okay like this. So, we can close the graph editor right now so we can have a clear view of this animation. So basically, as you can see, we've been like creating from the beginning a sort kind of um, animation by hand, just like moving in space our ball, thinking what was the best thing to do. Like, okay, let's start from this point, and then after like 10 or 12 or 14 frames, the ball is going to be here. And then, of course, when you get into the animation process itself, you start like, shorting, I mean, shrinking a little bit the gap between one key and another until the point that you feel that actually you need to get into the graph editor and adjust some spots, and eventually also deleting some keys that are not needed. So this is my personal kind of workflow. At the moment, I still feel that maybe our ball can be a little bit more polished in the final part of its rotation. I'm not gonna be doing this since we've been here more than half an hour. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If it's still a struggle for you to animate something like this, or you have your personal workflow that helps you a lot. This is my personal one, so please let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe in order to have other contents like this, like video tutorials or tips and tricks regarding 3D animation. So hope to hear from you soon. Take care, and yeah, take care and see you on another video. Ciao.